For the next few minutes, I don't just want you to listen. I want you to experience something. Because by the time we're done, something inside you is going to shift. You won't just understand the law of attraction. You'll feel it. You'll sense how it's always been working in your life, whether you knew it or not. And once that clicks, once you feel it deep enough, reality itself begins to rearrange in ways that almost seem impossible. So here's what I'm asking from you. Give yourself this moment fully. Put everything else down. Forget your phone. Forget what's waiting for you after this. Because what you're about to hear isn't just another explanation, it's a mirror. And if you look closely enough, you'll start to see exactly how your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs have been shaping the world around you all along. Let's begin. I want you to think back to a time in your life when you wanted something badly. Maybe it was a person, a job, an opportunity, money, success, something you thought about constantly. You imagined it, you worked for it, you hoped for it. But no matter what you did, it felt like it kept slipping away. Like the harder you tried, the further it moved. You may have thought you weren't ready, or that maybe it wasn't meant for you. But now I want you to contrast that with another moment. A time when something amazing just happened. It came together so smoothly, almost effortlessly, like the universe was handing it to you. Maybe it was a call you weren't expecting, a chance meeting, or a door that opened without you trying to push it. You didn't force it. You weren't even waiting for it. And yet there it was. Why does that happen? Why is it that the things we chase seem to run, and the things we release seem to appear? It's because the law of attraction doesn't respond to your words, your effort, or even your actions directly. It responds to your state, the vibration, the emotional frequency you hold in the present moment. When you want something so badly that you keep noticing you don't have it, your attention is locked in lack. You keep sending the same signal, I don't have this, and the universe, or reality, if you prefer, keeps echoing that back to you. But when you're relaxed, when you're not obsessing, when you're just existing in the feeling that everything is already okay, everything begins to flow toward you, because now you're aligned with having, not with wanting. This is the part most people never realize. They keep trying to think their way into abundance, love, or success, not realizing that every thought soaked in need just strengthens the vibration of absence. The truth is, the law of attraction doesn't care what you say you want. It mirrors who you are being right now. And who you are being is determined by what you feel. If you feel desperate, you attract situations that make you chase more. If you feel calm and fulfilled, you attract experiences that reflect that fullness back to you. It's never about what you're doing. It's about the energy behind it. You could be taking all the right actions, but if you're doing them from a place of lack, they'll keep looping you back into the same struggle. But shift your energy, shift your emotional stance, and suddenly the same actions start working. The same people respond differently. The same ideas take off. So let's get to the root of it. The law of attraction is always on. It doesn't turn off when you're frustrated or tired. Every second, it's reading the signal you're broadcasting through your emotions. That signal says, this is who I am, and this is what my world looks like. And the universe says, all right, let's match that. Which means that when you feel worried about not having enough, you're actually magnetizing more experiences that confirm you don't have enough. But when you rest in the energy of knowing, when you stop doubting, stop looking for proof, and just know that what you desire is already unfolding, reality begins to align. You've probably experienced moments of this without realizing it. Times when you said, I just know it's going to work out, and somehow it did. That knowing, that inner calm, is alignment. It's the energetic language of creation. The mistake people make is thinking they have to earn what they want through stress, struggle, and overthinking. But the law of attraction doesn't respond to your struggle. It responds to your assumption. When you assume something is already yours, you stop needing to chase it. You stop waiting for it. You stop doubting whether it's coming. That's when the shift happens. Because now your energy says, this is mine. And reality, obediently, precisely, faithfully, follows that cue. The moment you relax into the state of already having, you open the door for it to appear. That's why some people seem to attract everything easily while others struggle for years. Not because one works harder, but because one's energy is aligned and the other's is tangled in lack. Now let's take this deeper. Think about how often you say, I'll be happy when I get the job, when I meet the right person, when I have enough money. But the universe hears something very different. It hears, I am not happy now. And because it mirrors you perfectly, it keeps giving you reasons to stay in that state of not yet. It's not punishing you, it's just reflecting you. The law of attraction is neutral. It simply multiplies whatever frequency you hold. That's why waiting energy creates more waiting. Worry creates more reasons to worry. But the same rule works in reverse. Gratitude attracts more to be grateful for. Peace attracts more peace. Confidence attracts opportunities that match your inner certainty. You've been creating this entire time. You just didn't know it. So how do you start shifting into alignment, into that state where what you desire flows naturally? The first step is awareness. Notice how you feel when you think about what you want. If you feel tense, impatient, or afraid it won't happen, that's resistance. And that resistance is exactly what slows everything down. The key isn't to suppress it or force yourself to think positive. The key is to soften it. To let yourself relax into knowing that you don't have to make it happen through control. Your only job is to align your energy. To feel now the way you'd feel if it were already done. Because that feeling is the signal that creates the experience. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that everything you've ever wanted is already moving toward you. You can't see all of it yet, but you can feel it. The calm certainty replaces the anxious need for proof. You're no longer looking for signs every 5 minutes because you already know it's unfolding. That's what true alignment feels like. Not excitement, not obsession, but quiet confidence. The kind of calm that says, of course it's coming. And that calm is what pulls everything in. When Neville Goddard said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, he was revealing the same truth that the law of attraction has always been about. Creation begins in consciousness. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are conscious of being. When you become the person who already has what you desire, in thought, in feeling, in energy, reality has no choice but to mirror that version of you back. It's not magic. It's resonance. Two matching frequencies naturally move toward each other. That's all this ever was. So from this moment on, stop looking for proof that it's working. The moment you look, you're saying, I don't see it yet. And you slip back into waiting. Let the universe do its part. You don't need to check on it like a seed you just planted. You don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You water it with faith. You nourish it with feeling. And one day you wake up and realize it's bloomed. Perfectly. Right on time. The law of attraction isn't about rushing. It's about relaxing into the knowing that it's already done. And here's the shift. The one that changes everything. You're not trying to attract something outside of you. You're remembering that it's already inside of you. The vibration of every desire you have already exists within your consciousness. When you align with it emotionally, when you feel it as real, you draw the external match automatically. You don't have to fight for it. You just have to stop doubting it. So, as we move forward in this journey, I want you to start noticing the small evidence, the subtle alignments, the coincidences that aren't coincidences. Because the moment you start aligning, reality starts reorganizing itself in your favor. It's not sudden, it's smooth. The people, opportunities, ideas, and events start weaving together perfectly. You'll start saying things like, I don't know how, but it just worked out. And that's how you know you're in flow. The universe doesn't need you to force anything. It just needs you to align with it. Because when you stop trying to control the timing and start trusting the alignment, everything begins to fall into place. Naturally, beautifully, effortlessly. Now that you understand the mechanism, that your reality responds to who you're being, not what you're doing, it's time to talk about the most misunderstood part of the law of attraction: letting go. Most people hear that phrase and instantly resist it. They think it means giving up, stopping the dream, or pretending they don't want it anymore. But that's not what letting go means. Letting go means releasing the struggle. It means relaxing your grip on how and when it comes. It's the shift from trying to control the universe to trusting it. Because the moment you stop forcing, the current of life starts moving you exactly where you need to go. You become aligned, not by trying harder, but by surrendering your need to micromanage every outcome. You've probably noticed that the more you chase something, the further it seems to drift away. You check your phone constantly waiting for that message. You refresh your inbox hoping for that opportunity. You keep wondering when the money will come, when the person will appear, when the dream will finally happen. And with each moment of waiting, you keep affirming that it's not here yet. That's the invisible loop that keeps you stuck. Because when you're in a state of waiting, you're not in a state of having. And the universe mirrors that exact frequency. The shift happens when you stop asking, "Where is it?" and start saying, "It's already on its way." That's letting go, not through pretending, but through faith. Think of it like holding your breath. You can only hold on for so long before you have to release. That release is what allows new energy to flow through you. When you let go, you create space. Space for movement, space for alignment, space for what you've been asking for to finally arrive. The reason manifestation feels slow is because the space where it's meant to flow is too crowded with worry, control, and overthinking. You've been trying to manage what was never your job. Your only role is to hold the vibration of already having. The universe handles the rest. Letting go is not passive. It's powerful. It's the most confident thing you can do. Because when you let go, you're saying, "I trust." And that statement, that frequency of trust, is the language the universe understands most clearly. Every time you try to rush or force something into place, you communicate doubt. You're saying, "I don't believe it's unfolding unless I make it happen." And the universe responds with experiences that match that belief. Obstacles, delays, confusion. But when you let go, you communicate certainty. You say, "I know it's coming. I don't need to check." And that energy magnetizes everything toward you faster than effort ever could. Here's what's fascinating. The moment you stop chasing something, it often finds you. You've seen it happen. The job offer appears when you stop worrying about interviews. The person texts you the moment you stop checking your phone. The opportunity shows up when you finally say, "I'm fine either way." That's not random. That's alignment. You've shifted from need to knowing, from resistance to receiving. The law of attraction works best in that relaxed state because the vibration of allowing is infinitely stronger than the vibration of forcing. So how do you reach that state? How do you let go when your mind keeps pulling you back into worry? The answer isn't to fight your thoughts. It's to observe them. Watch them pass without attaching to them. The moment you become the observer instead of the participant, you step into your power. You stop feeding the energy of lack. You start creating space for ease. When you notice a thought like, "It's not here yet," simply acknowledge it. Don't argue with it, don't analyze it, don't push it away. Just say, "I see you," and return to the feeling of already having it. The feeling is the key, because while thoughts fluctuate, feelings are the frequency that the universe tunes into. So I want you to ask yourself something right now. If everything you wanted was already on its way, already guaranteed, how would you feel? Not how would you act, not what would you do differently, but how would you feel? Would you be relaxed? Would you be calm? Would you stop doubting yourself? That feeling, right there, is your energetic signature of alignment. The more you hold that, the faster your reality matches it. The moment you stop asking for proof and start trusting your inner sense, everything begins to shift. The law of attraction doesn't require blind faith. It requires emotional alignment. The reason Neville Goddard and countless others spoke about assuming the wish fulfilled is because assumption bypasses waiting. You step into the end result energetically, and in doing so, you dissolve time. Your reality begins to rearrange itself to match the new state you're holding. You don't have to make it happen. You have to be the person for whom it's already happened. That's the difference between effort and flow. between trying to manifest and simply allowing manifestation to unfold. But here's the part most people miss. After you've aligned your energy, there's a moment of silence, a gap. It's that strange calm after you've finally stopped struggling. Some people panic in that silence. They think nothing is happening. But that's not true. That silence is when everything is happening. That's when the universe is rearranging events, people, and circumstances behind the scenes. That gap is not delay. It's preparation. The more at peace you can remain in that quiet, the faster everything can crystallize into form. If you get restless, if you start checking again, you interrupt the process. You start sending mixed signals. So the art of letting go is really the art of being still while everything lines up for you. Let's go even deeper. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It doesn't mean pretending you don't care. It means you care enough to trust that it's already handled. It means your desire is no longer something you're chasing. It's something you're claiming. You don't need to obsess over what's already yours. You don't sit by the mailbox waiting for a package you've already received. You simply expect it, knowing it's on its way. That's detachment, calm expectation. When you embody that state, you become magnetic. People, opportunities, and outcomes naturally gravitate toward that energy because it carries no resistance. And if doubt creeps in, don't fight it. Let it move through you like a wave. The worst thing you can do is react to it with panic. Every time you do, you signal that you don't believe your manifestation is real. Instead, when doubt arises, do nothing. Sit with it. Let it fade on its own, because doubt only has power when you feed it. When you stop reacting, it dissolves. That's the real meaning of do nothing and watch how everything falls into place. It's not about laziness. It's about mastery. It's about knowing that your energy is so aligned, so steady, that you no longer need to control outcomes. You trust that they're unfolding exactly as they should. This is where your power truly begins. When you stop chasing what you want and start becoming it. Because when you become the vibration of what you desire, reality has no choice but to follow. You'll notice small shifts first. Unexpected calls, synchronicities, new ideas, little bursts of ease where struggle used to live. That's the universe saying, you're in tune now. Keep holding that energy. Keep trusting that your role isn't to push but to allow, because the law of attraction always responds to your dominant state, not your occasional thoughts. So right now, take a deep breath. Let your shoulders drop. Feel the weight you've been carrying, the need to make everything happen. Just fall away. You don't need to control anything anymore. You don't need to check if it's working. It already is. Every desire you've ever held has already been answered. The moment you asked, it was set in motion. Your only task is to align with it, to hold the frequency that allows it to appear. That's the secret to letting go. Trusting that it's done, long before you see it. And once you understand that, once you live from that knowing, you'll realize something incredible. You were never waiting for the universe to deliver anything. The universe was waiting for you to relax, to allow, to believe. Now that you understand how to release resistance, how to stop chasing and start trusting, it's time to move into the most important part of the law of attraction, living as if. This doesn't mean pretending or forcing yourself to act a certain way. It means embodying the vibration of already having what you desire so deeply that it becomes natural. The energy of having is quiet, calm, steady. It's not about shouting affirmations into the void. It's about knowing, deep within yourself, that what you've asked for already belongs to you. When you reach that level of calm certainty, reality begins to mold itself around you. People shift. Circumstances align. Doors open in ways you couldn't have planned. Think about this. Every version of you already exists. The version of you that's struggling. The version that's thriving. The version that's peaceful. The version that's abundant. All of them are vibrational states. You don't have to create your desires out of thin air. You simply have to tune into the frequency of the version of you who already has them. That's what living in the energy of having really means. You shift your focus from, how do I get there, to I am already there. And that subtle shift changes everything. Because the universe always reflects who you believe yourself to be. So how do you live in that energy when your current reality doesn't yet match it? You begin small. You start with the feeling. If your desire is financial abundance, don't start by focusing on the number in your bank account. That only reminds you of the lack. Instead, tune into the feeling of freedom, the relief, the ease, the comfort that comes with abundance. Let that feeling be your anchor. Carry it into your day. Notice how you walk, how you speak, how you make decisions when you feel abundant. Every action from that energy reinforces the vibration of having. That's what alignment looks like in motion. When you live as if, you're not pretending. You're practicing the frequency of your desired reality until it becomes your new baseline. At first, your mind may argue. It may say, but it's not here yet. And that's okay. Don't fight the voice. Just smile at it and return to the feeling. Because every time you do, you weaken the pull of the old reality and strengthen the signal of the new one. The law of attraction responds to consistency, not intensity. You don't need to force the feeling. You just need to return to it again and again until it becomes natural. That's how your reality shifts. Let's talk about something powerful that happens when you maintain this state. Your external world starts to reorder itself to match your new vibration. People who no longer align with your energy begin to fade from your life, and new people who match your frequency appear. Opportunities start showing up out of nowhere. You might suddenly feel inspired to take a step you never considered before, and that step leads directly to what you've been asking for. That's not coincidence. That's resonance. When your vibration changes, so does everything around you. The law of attraction isn't about forcing the outer world to bend to your will. It's about becoming the person whose energy naturally attracts that world. But here's something that surprises most people. When you truly live in the energy of having, your desire stops feeling urgent. It no longer consumes your mind. It becomes peaceful. You stop thinking, I need this, and start thinking, it's already done. That's when you know you're aligned. Because the energy of needing and the energy of having cannot exist together. Need pushes away. Having pulls in. The moment your desire feels relaxed and natural, like breathing, it's already on its way to you. You can feel it before you see it. This is where many people fall off track. They begin to feel aligned, things start shifting, and then impatience creeps in. They say, it's working, but why hasn't it shown up yet? That question, innocent as it sounds, pulls you right back into the frequency of waiting. The universe only knows vibration, and waiting is the opposite of having. So when you catch yourself doing that, pause. Take a breath. Return to the energy of knowing. Remind yourself that the physical world is just a delayed reflection of your inner world. The energy shifts first. The evidence follows. You wouldn't stare at a mirror waiting for your reflection to smile. You smile first, and then the reflection catches up. The same is true for your manifestations. So live in the energy of having by focusing on feeling rather than form. Feel abundance before the money arrives. Feel love before the person appears. Feel freedom before the opportunity presents itself. Because once you feel it, once you embody it, it has to show up. That's the law. Reality doesn't choose. It simply mirrors. And when you stay in that vibration long enough, the physical world becomes a perfect echo of your inner state. Now let's go even deeper into what it means to maintain this frequency in everyday life. Living in the energy of having doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means interpreting it differently. When something seems to go wrong, don't immediately assume the worst. See it as a realignment, a sign that things are rearranging for your highest good. Every delay, every detour, every unanswered message is part of the adjustment. You asked for something greater, and sometimes the path to it requires shifting what no longer fits. The universe isn't denying you. It's refining the route. When you can hold that knowing, even when things don't make sense, you stay aligned. You remain in the vibration of trust, and trust is the foundation of manifestation. Another key to living in this energy is gratitude. Gratitude is the emotional bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It tells the universe, I recognize abundance already exists here. The moment you feel grateful, truly grateful, you stop signaling lack. You stop saying, I need more, and start saying, I already have enough. That's the vibration of receiving. Gratitude opens every door because it shifts your attention from what's missing to what's present, and the law of attraction always expands what you focus on. So make gratitude your daily practice. Not a list of words, but a feeling. Deep appreciation for even the smallest signs of alignment. You'll notice something beautiful happens when you live in the energy of having. Life stops feeling like a struggle. You no longer wake up chasing. You no longer go to sleep worrying. You begin to trust the timing of everything, not because you've given up control, but because you realize you never needed it. You start feeling guided, supported, carried, and that feeling is the true essence of creation, because in that state, you're no longer resisting the current. You're flowing with it. So from this moment forward, live as though everything you've asked for is already on its way, because it is. Walk with that quiet confidence. Speak from that certainty. Make choices from that energy. And when old patterns try to pull you back, pause, breathe, and remember who you are. You are not waiting for your reality to change. Your reality is waiting for you to align. The more you embody the version of yourself who already has it, the faster it becomes visible. Because when you truly live in the energy of having, something remarkable happens. You stop chasing, and everything begins chasing you. You've come this far, and by now something inside you probably feels lighter. You understand that the law of attraction isn't about forcing reality to obey you. It's about aligning with the version of you that already has what you desire. It's about shifting from waiting to knowing, from chasing to allowing, from hoping to trusting. And once you've reached that place, once you've stepped into the quiet confidence of having, there's one last step that ties everything together. The art of holding steady while the universe does its work. Because that's when everything truly begins to fall into place. There will always be a gap between the moment you align internally and the moment the external world catches up. That gap is not punishment. It's not delay. It's synchronization. It's the universe rearranging events, people, timing, and opportunities to match the new frequency you've stepped into. Think of it like tuning a radio. You've already changed the station. The music you want is playing, but there's still a moment before the sound clears, before it comes through fully. That's what the silence is, the space between signal and sound. The mistake most people make is panicking in that silence. They start thinking nothing is happening. They fall back into old habits, old thoughts, old fears, and that one moment of doubt pulls them out of alignment. But if you can hold your peace in that silence, if you can rest in the knowing that it's all unfolding even when you can't see it yet, you'll begin to witness the universe move in ways that will astonish you. This is the moment where patience becomes power. Because true patience isn't waiting helplessly, it's calm assurance. It's standing in stillness while life reorganizes itself in your favor. Every time you resist the urge to check, to force, to doubt, you strengthen your signal. You tell the universe, I trust you. And the universe, being a perfect mirror, reflects that trust back as tangible results. The truth is, what you desire is already complete in the unseen. Every thought, every emotion, every vibration you've been sending has already created it. The only question is, are you allowing it to reach you? Because it's not your job to make it happen. It's your job to not block it from happening. You block it when you second-guess the timing. You block it when you compare your journey to others. You block it when you tell yourself that it's taking too long. But when you surrender those thoughts, when you simply breathe and say, it's okay, it's coming exactly when it should, everything begins to accelerate. Because now you're no longer creating friction between where you are and where you want to be. You're finally aligned with flow. And in flow, things don't need to be forced. They find their way naturally, beautifully, effortlessly. Here's what many people don't realize. The moment you stop needing your manifestation, you become the most magnetic version of yourself. When you no longer need something to complete you, you become whole, and wholeness is irresistible. That's the vibration of creation, because what you seek isn't actually the thing itself. It's the feeling it represents. You don't want money just for numbers on a screen. You want the peace, the security, the freedom it gives you. You don't want love just for attention. You want the warmth, the connection, the safety of being seen. So when you embody those feelings now, you bypass the waiting entirely. You give yourself what you thought the external world had to provide. And when you do that, the external has no choice but to mirror it. You might start noticing how differently life feels in this state. You walk through your day with ease. You start catching small moments that used to go unnoticed. The right song at the right time, the unexpected compliment, the perfect timing of a coincidence that couldn't have been planned. Those are signs of alignment. They're the universe whispering, you're on the right path. Keep going. The more you notice them, the more they multiply. Because where your attention goes, energy flows. And when your attention is on alignment instead of lack, reality expands to reflect that alignment everywhere you look. Now here's the secret that completes the cycle. Once you've aligned, once you've felt it, once you've released the need to control it, you don't have to do anything. Really nothing. Because the vibration is doing everything for you. The energy you emit is communicating your desires continuously. That's why Neville Goddard said, "Be still and know," because knowing is doing. The moment you know it's already done, you stop interfering with the natural flow of creation. You stop pulling the seed out of the soil to check if it's growing. You stop micromanaging the process. You start living again. You focus on joy, on ease, on the simple things that make life feel full. And in that freedom, everything you asked for begins to appear. When you stop chasing, everything begins chasing you. Because the universe is drawn to alignment. The vibration of peace is stronger than the vibration of effort. When you are calm, centered, certain, reality has no resistance to push against. That's when people call it luck or synchronicity. But it's not luck. It's law. The law of attraction doesn't play favorites. It simply reflects your most consistent state. And when your consistent state becomes one of gratitude, joy, and knowing, your world begins to transform in ways you couldn't have planned. So as we reach the end of this journey together, I want you to understand something very clearly. You were never learning how to attract things into your life. You were remembering how to align with who you already are. The creator, the magnet, the source. The law of attraction was never outside of you. It's been responding to your energy since the day you were born. Every emotion, every belief, every expectation has been creating your reality, moment by moment. Now that you know this, you can create consciously. You can live intentionally. You can stop reacting and start choosing. Because everything you've ever wanted is already waiting for your permission to arrive. So from this moment on, stop asking when it will come. Stop asking how it will come. Start trusting that it already is. Start living like it's already yours. When doubt arises, breathe. When impatience whispers, smile. When you feel the urge to check, remember, doing nothing doesn't mean indifference. It means confidence. It means knowing that reality is adjusting itself perfectly on your behalf. It means holding your peace so life can flow effortlessly toward you. And when it does, when the thing you asked for finally arrives, it won't feel like a surprise. It will feel familiar, like something you've known all along. Because you have. You lived it, you felt it, you became it long before it appeared. That's the real power of the law of attraction. It's not about getting what you want. It's about becoming the person for whom it's natural to have it. And when you do that, when you finally step into that energy fully and stay there, you won't have to chase ever again. Because everything you desire will begin to find you, one by one. Perfectly timed. Beautifully arranged. So now it's your turn. Let go. Trust. Feel. Know. Do nothing. And watch how everything falls into place.